Hello, everyone. This is Eric Lehman, New Bedford's Massachusetts resident CHP, Crazy Half Portuguese. You are watching yet another video episode from the pilot mini series I'm having, bridging up the gap between EML-77 which I just ended back in November, and now heading into the new season called WEML-TV Channel 77 YouTube Station Identification of yours truly. This is the bridge up, and this is episode number 32. I wanted to get a few things before we get to the SmackDown recap from last night. A few announcements I'm going to make because this next week, because of my job, it will be very, very difficult to try to keep up with everything going on in wrestling. And what's going to happen was I'm going to have to bunch everything up next weekend, and all depends, because there is supposed to be a humongous snowstorm coming in from Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning, and I'm probably going to do a lot of snow shoveling out there. And I don't know if they're going to call me in for the evening hours on Wednesday, but because I've already worked the morning shift that Wednesday, I may have to. And I think either way, I'm going to do some lot of snow shoveling, and that's probably going to be a big thing, unless because of the pandemic and everything else going on, we don't know how we're going to plan this out and how we're going to work this out. We'll probably be the same routine, but the fact of it is this: that's going to be I know it's supposed to end somehow Thursday afternoon and all that. It's going to be a little bit the weather next week. The weather in the next couple weeks could be a little crazy, but then again, the weather people could get it all wrong. We could get no snow or whatever, and yeah, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to that, because driving in it is more difficult than as all get out. So that's something that is a big main concern of mine, and it has been for a long time. So in the event that all that happens, I may have to bunch up the NXT recap, the UK recap, the SmackDown 205 live recap next week, and then you get the TLC picks and predictions. I may have to bunch all that. I may have to do all that, Friday afternoon when I get out of work, because I don't work Saturdays. So that's the thing, So I'm probably gonna have all weekend. It all depends on what happens. So I do apologize if I keep ramming video after video after video after video, and I know a lot of people out there think that's very nuisance-like. But you know what? This is my YouTube channel. I do whatever I want on it, so I don't care what the haters have to say. So they can go, and bullies and trolls and all that. So they can go refer to the Iron Sheik's Twitter for how I feel. But that's okay. So here we go. Anyways, with the SmackDown 205 live recap, we're going to start with SmackDown. First starts Thunderdome at Tropicana Field this time. And Sasha Banks arrives for the contract signing between her and Carmella for the Women's Championship. But then Carmella stole the contract and decided, hey, I do what I want. I call the shots and everything else. So Sasha Banks, I'll call you a bluff on this. How about women's title match tonight? So, and the contract is signed, sealed. It is a go. Regardless of what happens tonight last night in the title match. So, anyways, it has a messenger boy, Sommelier. Is that how you say it? His name is Tommy the Sommelier. Anyways, Caleb Braxton interviewed the Street Profits as they talk about Ziggler and Rude. Montez Ford went one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler. I thought this was a highly good contest, both great athletes and all that. The main key in the end was Robert Roode distracting Montez Ford, and Dolph Ziggler did pick up the win. Meanwhile, Sami Zayn backstage complained about not having any merch, and Big E shows off his new shirt. Think big. I think I'm going to get that. I like Big E. And then Sami's cuts commercial break back in the ring while Michael Cole was trying to do an advertisement. Sami Zayn's in the ring running his mouth. Excuse me. And now he's complaining about not having a shirt of his own. Blah, 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 blah. Big E comes out. They had a match, a non-title match. But Sami Zayn did win by count after Big E was chasing him around the ring. And Sami Zayn kind of stomped him out. And so, luckily, it's a non-title match. So, and I'm sure Big E will probably get on Sami Zayn's case about it. Bayley cut a promo on the women's title match, saying that Carmella's going to win, and then she runs her mouth about Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair trash talks Bayley, and holding receipts about what happened and everything else. Kayla Braxton interviewed Carmella about her women's title match against Sasha Banks, and she had her sommelier named Tommy. Again, like, can he morph into a Power Ranger? We don't know. So, anyways, so Roman Reigns was checking out the damage that he did against Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes up, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. And then Kevin Owens comes out, starts running his mouth. Jey Uso goes, I got this. I got this. So, and then Jey Uso attacks him. Kevin Owens fights back. Yada, yada, yada. Roman Reigns arrives, but then he walks away. So Kevin Owens grabs a steel chair. He goes, you know what? I'm looking for him. He looks for Reigns backstage. Kayla Braxton's trying to get a word with him. He says, no, I got a message for him and all. And then Roman Reigns attacks him from behind. He gets a message for his family. He says, I'm the head of the table. I put food on the table. Better talk sense to daddy, kids, and wife. You better talk your sense to your husband and all this. It's ridiculous. And then the Riot Squad challenged Billie Kay to a tag match on Talking Smack to find themselves partners. And Billie Kay's doing her little resume thing, and Natalya shows up. But then the Riot Squad did pick up the victory over Natalya and Billie Kay after a miscommunication between Natalya and Billie Kay. Natalya walks away, very angry. Billie Kay could not stop running her mouth. She's Billie Kay. And then they had the Alpha Academy connection of Otis and Chad Gable. They joined forces against Nakamura and Cesaro. And actually, Kayla Braxton interviews the two of them first. Cesaro and Nakamura interrupt them, and then the two of them teamed up. And then Otis went to go do the Caterpillar. Chad Gable says, tag me in. He tagged him in. Cesaro did the giant swing. Tags in Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura hits with a Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura and Cesaro pick up the victory. And then afterwards, Gable says, you made a mistake, but that's okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on everything. It's just a test. You failed, but what the heck is that? Oh my gosh! Hold a second here. Huh? All right, there we go. Whatever it is, I got it off. Anyways, sorry about that, folks. It's like, you know something like, you're like, now it's on the side. What the heck? I thought I got it. Sorry about that, folks. So just the pilot miniseries is not going to be the real thing. Hopefully, I'll edit it out and I'll edit the new, when it comes up, so it's unedited. You know, that type of thing. Okay, sorry about that. And the two of them talk about their matchup, and they say it's just a test, but you failed. But don't worry, we'll work on it. So King Corbin talks to his to Blake and Cutler, interviewed by Alicia Ashton. He introduces them as the Knights of the Lone Wolf. That's a pretty cool name for them. So we'll see what happens there. They had the women's title match. Sasha Banks defending against Carmella. In all actuality, both Carmella and Sasha Banks are Massachusetts natives, so this is a huge battle in real life. You know, even though storyline, you know, Sasha Banks is from Boston. You get Staten Island. So yeah, Boston-New York rivalry. That's pretty much, you know, pretty cool thing. You know, Staten Island's in New York and everything else. So it's a Boston-New York rivalry taken to a next level in the women's division. So and then Sasha Banks, you know, Carmella got to the point where she got Sasha Banks all upset, and then Sasha Banks lost by DQ. However, there is a rematch on TLC, and then Carmella had a post-match assault on Sasha Banks, hitting Sasha Banks in the back, broke a bottle, a champagne bottle, over Sasha Banks' back. Ouch, that hurt. So I wouldn't be surprised if those two went at it again. Now, SmackDown's moving to FS1 next week, so I wonder why, though. That's the thing, and I'll have to check the TV schedule to find out. So we got that. All right, 205 Live, 2 matches happening. Tony Nese and Arya Daivari versus the Bollywood Boys. Highly spirited contest as well. The Cruiserweight division always got some great matches. And the Bollywood Boys thought they had the victory when a little miscommunication. But in the end, Nese and Daivari ended up getting the victory over the Bollywood Boys. Now, I did not say they had a matchup before War Games. It was a 6-man tag between August Gray, Ashante Diadonis, and Kurt Stallion versus Legado del Fantasma. And Legado del Fantasma picked up the victory in that matchup, but they had a rematch on 205 Live. All three members of LDF, Legado del Fantasma, versus August Gray, Ashante D. Adonis, and number one contender Kurt Stallion. And it was a highly spirited contest, but in the end, Stallion's team did pick up the victory. And then it was a post-match attack and a brawl. And then in the ring, the winners stand. Kurt Stallion, August Gray, and Ashante D. Adonis. That's the name of the matchup. Like I said, next week's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And I'm probably not going to be on as much because of my job. So I'm hoping that you guys basically have stay in there. If you don't have to work like me, stay in there, be safe, and everything else. And we know we're still in the middle of a pandemic, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how this works. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. It is Saturday morning, obviously, still Saturday morning, 10:13 a.m. And I'm looking forward to see you guys on the next episode of the Bridge Up. Okay, peace and love, and be blessed.